All right, let's get into it. Today, we're going to break down the marketing behind a sales page for a men's health supplement. We're looking at the source material for a product called TC24, and we're going to see exactly how they build their argument step by step. It's a fascinating mix of emotional hooks and what appear to be pretty solid scientific claims. So, right out of the gate, they hit you with this. And you'll notice, this quote isn't about ingredients or data, not yet anyway. It's all about a feeling. It plugs directly into a very real problem, waking up all night, feeling anxious during the day, and it promises relief. This is the emotional anchor, designed to make you think, hey, that person is just like me. And then, bam, right after they get you hooked on that powerful feeling, the source introduces its hero, TC24. It's a classic pivot from the problem to the product, basically saying, you know all those worries we just talked about? Well, here's the answer. So now we get to the core of it all, the promise. And what you're going to see is that they aren't just selling a supplement in a bottle. They're selling a complete fix to a really personal problem. Let's dig into the huge claims it makes. And here are those promises, laid right out. What's really clever here is how they mix and match them. You get the specific physical benefits like healthy prostate and better blood flow right next to these huge emotional payoffs like regain confidence and energy. It's a classic strategy. You use the physical symptoms to justify the purchase in your head, but what you're really buying is that emotional transformation. Okay, so you might be wondering, that all sounds great, but how does it actually work? After telling you what it does, the source knows it has to explain the how. This next part is all about building credibility with a rationale that sounds very, very scientific. And here we have it, a classic marketing playbook. The source points to a single, simple root cause. In this case, excess cholesterol. By boiling a really complex medical issue down to one bad guy, the solution suddenly feels way more direct and achievable. It gives the product a clear, understandable target to go after. And here's how they say they attack that bad guy. The source gives us this simple two-step process. The language they use here is so important. It's not helps or aids, it's cleans up and shuts down. It sounds incredibly active and decisive, almost like a tiny repairman going to work inside your body. And of course, to back up that two-step process, you need a list of ingredients. You'll notice the mix here. You get these traditional, natural-sounding names like Pygeum, Africanum, right alongside a trademarked, very scientific-sounding one like Lipophyto-R. It's meant to give you this feeling of getting the best of both worlds, ancient, natural wisdom combined with modern, cutting-edge science. Okay, so the page has laid out the problem, it's made a huge promise, and it's explained the how. What's next? Well, now it has to prove it works. And this is where social proof comes in. They use stories and ratings from other people to build trust and show you that this isn't just talk. Here's another perfect example. That phrase, transformative experience, is key. This isn't just saying, I felt a little better. It's reinforcing that bigger idea that TC24 can change your whole quality of life, hitting on both the specific prostate issue and that broader promise of more energy. So if you boil all those testimonials down, this is the picture they're painting. And you'll notice these points line up perfectly with the promises they made at the beginning. Every single result here is designed to hit on a specific fear, whether it's public embarrassment or just not being able to enjoy life without worrying. And then, to top off all the stories, they hit you with one simple, powerful number, a 4.9 out of 5. That's a huge visual cue for quality. It's a quick, easy-to-digest piece of data that's meant to tell you, hey, pretty much everyone who tries this loves it. All right, so at this point, they've built the trust, they've built the desire, so now it's time to actually make the sale. This is the offer. And this is where they structure the deal to make you feel like you're getting incredible value and to nudge you toward buying a specific, larger package. So the pricing is set up in tiers, and it heavily encourages you to buy more. I mean, look at that steep drop in the per bottle price. It goes from $69 all the way down to $49. They're making that 6-bottle package look like an absolute no-brainer, like it's the smartest financial move you can make. And just in case the price drop wasn't enough, here's another little nudge. By telling you that 87% of people choose the biggest package, they're using what's called the bandwagon effect. It's social pressure. It implies, hey, this is what everyone else is doing. You should probably do it too. And to really sweeten the deal for those bigger orders, they start throwing in free bonuses. Now, these are usually digital products, which means they have a high perceived value for the customer, but cost the company almost nothing to give away. And of course, each bonus is chosen to fit that overall theme of male health and performance. So, we're almost at the end of the pitch, but what about that little voice in your head that's still saying, what if it doesn't work for me? I don't want to waste my money. This is where they pull out the final piece, the safety net, designed to remove every last bit of risk. And the number itself is really important. 60 days, 2 whole months. A guarantee that long sends a powerful message. It suggests the company is so unbelievably confident that their product works, they're willing to give you plenty of time to see the results for yourself. It just makes the whole thing feel safer. And the exact wording they use here is perfect. 100% money back, and, this is the big one, no questions asked. Those phrases are designed to crush any fear you might have about a complicated refund process. The message is simple. There is literally zero risk on your end. And finally, the last little push. Right at the very end, they create a sense of urgency. Stock is running low. This special offer could disappear at any second. It's a classic scarcity tactic, designed to get you to stop overthinking and just click buy, all driven by that fear of missing out. So there you have it. From that first emotional gut punch to the risk-free urgent call to buy now, the entire sales page is just a carefully constructed argument. Which leaves us with this final thought to chew on. When a source so expertly layers these scientific-sounding claims on top of really powerful emotional appeals, how is a consumer supposed to best evaluate all that information and make a truly informed decision?